Good evening, everyone. It's nice of you all to come out on this snowy evening. I hope it disappears so the contractors can finish the street in front of my house. If you're in Hanover Island, you know what I'm talking about. It's close. My wife doesn't like driving over the bumps, so
They're big bumps.
bear with me. We'll call this meeting to order of Thursday, November 21st, 2024, at 7 p.m. Christie, would you call the roll?
Absolutely. Trustee Albeck?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Here.
Trustee Porter?
Here.
Trustee Kunkel?
Here.
Trustee Bancole?
Here.
And Trustee Prigi?
Here.
Nice to have you with us, Trustee Prigi. If you would please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Very good. We have a motion to accept the agenda.
So moved.
Second?
So moved.
Any changes to the agenda? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Albeck?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Presentations, I have a proclamation to read. I may end up reading again on Saturday, I don't know. We put the seal at the top. Got to scold the clerk. Whereas the Village of Hanover Park proudly recognizes businesses that serve as pillars of our community, fostering economic growth, innovation, and service. And whereas Midas, a trusted leader in automotive care, has been a vital part of Hanover Park for 50 years, delivering outstanding service, reliability, and expertise in vehicle maintenance and repair. And whereas initially starting as a muffler shop, Midas Hanover Park was one of the first locations in the country to expand into brake service. And whereas over the years they have evolved into a full-service repair shop dedicated to providing top-notch service for both domestic and foreign vehicles, upholding a tradition of excellence, quality, and customer satisfaction, while contributing to the overall well-being of the community. And whereas the Village of Hanover Park celebrates this milestone anniversary with gratitude for Midas's ongoing contributions, acknowledging that their efforts have strengthened the local economy, and now therefore, I, Rod Craig, President of the Village of Hanover Park, do hereby proclaim November 7th, 2024 as Midas's 50th anniversary day in the Village of Hanover Park. Okay, but I'm gonna go down and present this. You can do what you gotta do. If Midas family will come up.
But you don't feel that old, right?
It's not a proclamation, it's a recognition.
Now we have recognition of the Citizens Police Academy.
Is that on there?
We had something like this when I came on the board. wasn't it?
About 20-plus years ago. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I've
It's
been
been a
around
minute.
while, haven't I?
It's been a minute.
Henry, how are you? Very good.
All right. I would like to invite all of the graduates of our inaugural Citizens Police Academy to come on up and stand up here alongside us, please.
Well done, well done. Okay.
Tonight, I am very excited to recognize the graduates of our new Citizens Police Academy. This class represents the first Citizens Academy class that we've held at the police department in more than 20 years, since the original program was retired. We recently decided to bring this program back as part of our strategic plan goal to continually strive to expand and improve upon our community outreach efforts in partnership with our residents and stakeholders. The goal of the Citizens Police Academy itself is to promote strong community relationships by increasing understanding between police and the community members that we serve. We achieve this by providing insight into law enforcement tactics, procedures, training, and decision-making processes that are carried out in the field by our personnel on a daily basis. Ours is a 10-week program that utilizes many members of the police department to serve as instructors and to instruct on a wide range of aspects of policing, including historical overview of the department, legal aspects of policing, evidence and crime scene processing, use of force simulation exercises, a review of our drone program, investigations and special operations division, traffic stops, DUI enforcement, our crisis resolution, our SWAT team operations, a canine demo, ride-alongs with patrol officers in the field, a visit to DUCOM, and a lot more. So it's a pretty packed 10-week program. It's already been a rewarding experience for the members of the police department who've served as instructors, and we sincerely hope it's been an informative and a rewarding experience for each of you as well during this time. Going forward, this will remain a centerpiece of our community policing efforts and one that we will be most proud of. I hope that each of you will also stay connected with us in the future, and we're always looking to add volunteers, and we need help at our events and things like that, and so we hope to continue to work with you in the days and years ahead. I want to sincerely thank all of you for investing your time. I know your time's very valuable, and getting to know us better and get to understand law enforcement better. And I hope you'll refer this program to others that you know who may be interested in the future in having the same experience that you have had. I want to thank Lieutenant Gordon Hendry for his leadership in overseeing the program and being the coordinator, and then all of the members of the police department who served as instructors. It's a dozen probably or more police officers and civilians that have instructed during the program, and I'm tremendously grateful for their efforts as well. So now I'm going to read the names of the graduates, and then Mayor Craig, if you would hand the certificates off, I would appreciate it much. We've got a coin also, our police department coin that we have made specially. I think you'll enjoy having one of those as well, hopefully, and thank you again, all of you.
Just give them a discount loan.
I don't know about that. Annette Ayala.
Annette.
Stacy Campos. Karen Driver. Michael Heitzman. Kelly Lake. Matthew Lake. Alexis Schultz. Brandon Schultz. Geraldine Schweig. Jamie Sellers Dietrich. Alina Merrill. Kunal Patel. Craig Quinn. And Andrew Quinn.
No, you're taking pictures of that. Thank you.
I'd just like to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for your participation. It's what Hanover Park's all about, helping one another. Somebody mentioned Nancy. Who mentioned Nancy Payne? Nancy and I got involved with this, I don't know, back in 1980, when we started a similar program. They gave us a big bag full of tools and all my goodness, you know, like overdone. And Nancy still works with me today. And so the involvement, the commitment of the community means a lot. That's who we are in Hanover Park. And, you know, I'm in the schools, multiple classes every week, and I go with children that we're an advocacy community, we're a hometown where we take care of each other. I say, stay hydrated. Police officers and men and women, when they come to the school, when the fire department, the men and women, the fire department come through. And so what you do adds to the quality of life in Hanover Park. So I want to thank you all for your time, commitment, and the leadership. Chief, well done. Gotta love it. He's the best. Yeah, Bernie, if you would.
Sure. So a notice was received by trustee Priggy, a member of the village board, in accordance with the village's rules.
We have rules.
Right, and he will be authorized to attend the meeting electronically unless a motion objecting to his electronic attendance is made, seconded, and approved by a majority of the members of the village board physically present at the meeting. And that if no such motion is made and seconded, or if any such motion fails to achieve the required vote by the members of the village board physically present at the meeting, then the request by the member to attend the meeting electronically is deemed approved by the corporate authorities. So unless someone makes a motion objecting, he's permitted to attend the meeting.
Hearing no motion, Trustee Priggy is welcome aboard. I say that just to drive the Army guys crazy. If he's one. Trustee Priggy, are you there?
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Town hall session, anyone signed in for town hall?
I did not have anybody sign in for town hall.
No? Okay.
Did you sign?
I don't know what a town hall is.
Oh,
Are you wishing to speak? You have to sign in on the papers to
Okay,
speak.
I didn't know that. This is my first time. 50 years, 54, 55 years living here. Didn't even know about
So
this.
why don't you speak here and then I'll have you sign it after. Then I'll come
Okay.
grab it.
Okay,
You have 5 minutes, just so you know.
your name?
real fast.
No, you're fine.
We just,
Take your time.
oh, okay. My name is Diane Belo. I live on Mulberry Street. I just want to really say, is there any way we can get an extra watch or something on our streets? Because we've had people coming in and they've been putting stickers on our cars. They opened up the gate at one of my cross the street neighbors yesterday. They've been doing this for a while. The dog got out. The dog died in front of me. We called the police department, but they said that all they can do is see if there's video, which we've been trying to do. But we're asking, is there any way that we can get an extra watch on Mulberry? We have a great police department. We love them. They do a great job. They deserve everything because they do a great job. But they told me to come up here and say something if we can get an extra watch or something, because there's been a lot of issues and a lot of speeders down on our street. They're doing 50 and 60 miles an hour down our street.
Your street's
So-
not that long.
I know, but they go from one corner to the other and they're just speeding so fast, and then they're sliding and they're stopping at the stop sign and stuff. And we have kids that walk out that way.
Yes, you do.
And we have dogs that come out that way. And we've been living here for almost 55 years. I've never seen it so bad as it is now. So we're just asking for some kind of assistance on our street.
I know it's been a tough street, and we've had history on that street. We've done extra watches and whatnot. But whoever advised you to come tonight, the police chief is here. If you'd like to take a moment with him, you know, and explain it. I think he pretty much heard it. But if you want to take a moment with the police chief and out in the hall, and, you know, just.
Excuse me, what's your intersection on Mulberry Street?
Linden and Mulberry Street.
Linden and Mulberry?
Lyndon?
Yeah, I live at 70, I don't mind it. I live at 7140 Mulberry Street. I call them all the time because we've got always these issues, and then we always have problems. And I know you have come out to our house once before.
Yep.
And we appreciate, I just really want to tell you, we really appreciate the extra mile that you go for us. You have changed our town in so much in different ways. And I want to tell each and every one of you that's a trustee, this is the best trustees we've ever had, ever, in the whole entire time that I've lived here in 55 years.
Well,
And
thank
that
you
is
very
the
much.
honest truth.
Thank you.
Just wanted to come up and telling each and every one of you that for me to be here for 55 years, and my dad being a police officer before, and my mom working at the courthouse, and Sullivan being a police officer before, each and every one of you is an incredible trustee that we can ever have, ever, the whole time that we've lived here in 55 years.
Well, thank you for your comments. I'm glad you're not afraid to call 911, because that records all the events, and I'm sure you're aware of all that. So
Yeah.
we want to be on top of that. So, Chief, will you just take a minute, and thank you very much.
And
You're very
also,
welcome.
I'm sorry for the loss of your dog. I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's
Truly,
a-
I am.
It's their across-the-street neighbor's dog, and I just happened to see it, and it's been a tragic for me since then. But this has been going on We even have a 4-year-old that's getting out of the house at 3 o'clock in the morning and going across the street and stuff and almost getting hit by these cars.
Yep.
That's the only reason why I'm coming forward.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for your
It's not
concerns.
conducive to speeding or anything.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for
You're
coming
welcome.
tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your compliments.
It's true. You guys are the best trustees ever. I'm telling you, you guys are doing a great, you guys should be proud of each and every one of you.
They're gonna be
Because
around for a while.
Well, that's good. Don't leave, because we need you here. Because we've never had it so well with each and every one of you, how well you have cleaned up our community, how well each and every one of you have taken the time to state your opinion or stating your reasoning why. We hear it all the time, and we can't think of each and every one of you.
We are blessed with quality staff, and you're gonna speak to one of them. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All righty. Very good. I think that's the first we got those kind of compliments.
Nice.
Let's see here.
It's all you.
Village President's report. I have, we'll be celebrating with Midas 50 years this Saturday. John Brewski, so we already had a proclamation. And I also like to say that Herb Porter and I completed a trip to the National League of Cities, and I believe it was productive, even though I was 6 blocks from the convention center. There was a lot of walking. We certainly had a good trip, and Herb may speak to his experience there, but I miss meeting with the folks that come down there. You know, the the sewer line protection program that we have. Oh, I forgot, I was gonna meet with them, and they had a letter of recognition for us, so I gotta get back to them, and I'd like to see something in our highlighter, so families continue to be aware of that excellent program. Came from a meeting with the Boys and Girls Club, which is expanding, and they're in 3 or 4 of our schools in Hanover Park. They have a board, a club of individuals. I was with 9 of them. They want to have at least 15. So in Parkwood, Laurel Hill, and Ontarioville, they've started the Boys and Girls Club up. And it's really been a benefit to the children that are attending there. I had a note somewhere. But there's 41 involved at Ontarioville, 62 at Laurel Hill, 46 at Parkwood. I've received a call from John, the principal at Greenbrook School, and he'd like to see a startup there. So if he wants it, he'll get it. Parent involvement, leadership, helping children find a quality pathway in life. So they're doing really well. The gala I went to came back from my convention, landed at 3:30 and was at the gala at 6 o'clock. I don't know how I did it, but they raised over $600,000 to support the schools in northern Illinois, which is in the U46, U300 in Hanover Park, Schaumburg schools. So they're on their way. Really pleased to see that. So, probably forgetting something, but I'd like to move by omnibus vote items on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second.
Those are items 7A1 through 7A4.
Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Frigie?
Yes.
Trustee Albeck?
Yes.
And Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Very good.
75.
785, move to approve warrant 11/21/2024 in the amount of $772,848.14. So moved.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Brigi?
Yes.
Trustee Albeck?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
And Trustee Porter?
Yes. Thank you. 76, move to approve warrant paid in advance, 11/01/2024 through 11/15/2024 in the amount of $479,002.87. Do we have a motion? So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Thank you. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Brigi?
Yes.
Trustee Albeck?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
And Trustee Kunkel?
Yes. Thank you. Village managers report.
Included in your packet is the monthly treasurer's report for October 2024. Questions about that? And that's all I have this evening. We do have closed session at the end of this meeting.
Very good. Thank you. Village clerk's report. Christie?
Yes, so, met with EDC last Tuesday, actually. We have our Business of the Year nominations you have in front of you, trustees. Share it with your friends, neighbors, nominate your favorite business in town, in Hanover Park. They are due by December 2nd. If you do this QR code, it'll take you right there. Super quick and easy, couple questions. Nominate your favorite Hanover Park business. Tree lighting is coming up on December 6th at 5:30. We have Hot Productions coming to perform a dance from the Polar Express. The Lions Club will be there with hot chocolate and cookies. Night Court will be doing s'mores. The Park District Boys and Girls Club and the Alive Center will be there doing fun kids activities. And then we will also have our train rides and face painting for the children as well. So come and join us at 5:30. And then Santa in the Gazebo is on Monday, December 9th, and the 16th from 6 to 7. All free. Bring your furry friends to meet Santa in the Gazebo.
Sherry and I have done that the last 2 years.
Bring the dog.
I love the
absolutely.
photos. We never look so good. All right. Thank you, Chris.
Absolutely.
Corporation Council report?
No report, but I wish
Thank you.
everyone I wish everyone would have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you. I'll attack the bird with vengeance. Trustee reports. Trustee Albeck.
Okay, I have two things I'd like to mention, Mayor. At your request, I attended the DuPage and Chicago South Suburbs Habitat for Humanity Veterans Symposium. That was held at the CNH headquarters in Oak Brook on the 14th. And it was designed to explore how to better advocate for veterans and challenges they face returning to the home front. There was 4 speakers who provided a wealth of strategies and insight and experience in helping veterans return and be successful in re-engaging with their lives here after their deployments. I engaged 2 residents since then on strategies that I learned in that event, and I think that's going to be helpful to them. So I appreciate having the opportunity to go to that. That was amazing.
Well done.
After we agreed to have an intergovernmental agreement for the fire department to participate in a training alliance with several other local departments, I accepted an invitation from Chief Forbes to attend a live fire training event. So I got to go into the tower at Carroll Stream Fire Department where they were having a fire. And I'm happy to report that
You made it out.
our fire department did a great job of participating in training called RIT training, where they rescue a downed fire member using special techniques to lift that firefighter up and out of the window. And Battalion Chief Brian Jasper and our crews participated in a round-robin set of iterations while also still maintaining shift work in our still to protect our department recover a simulated down fire member, move them all the way to an ambulance for a higher level of care. Fantastic. So I really appreciate the chief taking me along to go and witness that training. I think we made a great choice in approving that intergovernmental agreement so they can participate in that training alliance. It's going to really work to the benefit of our department going forward. Plus, it helps us in relations with those communities because those fire departments work together with each other whenever they have to respond to a call and are going to need someone to cover for them. Our department does that, and then they do that for us. So it's a great interconnected relationship between those communities and our community that's going to benefit us going forward. That's all I have.
That's a bunch. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I know the fire chief appreciates the compliment. It was a long time coming, that agreement. All righty. Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes, sir. So CIDC met this past week, and we looked at our year of planning, which includes continuing to support sister cities for our Juneteenth event, which, Trustee Porter, we're still having a Juneteenth event, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. And then we also want to work with the Environmental Committee to do an MLK buildup. We used to do these with Tanglewood. It'd be nice to get together with a committee that they do this, right? Environmental does some of the cleanup in the area, and so it'd be an honor to work with that committee as well. And I'm really proud of the CIDC and all the work they've done and working with other committees and that. We're also going to be working with the Historic Committee to see if we can, when our anniversaries comes up, if we could do a mini celebration there too, just to look at our history, et cetera, through CIDC. I feel obligated to give a reminder to our residents that the Hanover Park Police Department, and actually just Hanover Park overall, we have a welcoming ordinance. In my work here in Hanover Park, I'm getting lots of calls of people in fear because of the changes in administration. And I just want to remind them that we have a welcoming ordinance that I know the mayor and I worked on personally, and the CIDC did a lot of work on as well. They let the foundation for that. But more importantly, that our officers respect the Trust Act of 2017, which mainly means that they understand that the work of immigration lies in the Department of Homeland Security and not our local police department. So I just feel obligated to say that. But speaking of our police department, I just want to congratulate you for the CALEA certification. This is the 8th consecutive time. These standards aren't easy to achieve. I know there was a time where it was only like 6% of Illinois police departments were CALEA certified at one point because they're so difficult to get. But it's just a testament of our police department, how awesome they are. I was honored to speak at the Springfield, Illinois Townships Conference, where a lot of our townships were there. Particularly, we were discussing benefits for newcomers in the area. And I know at our last workshop, we had talked about what benefits they can get. And I did get confirmation that LIHEAP is actually a public charge, so that anyone who's not registered in the U.S. or documented, if they get LIHEAP, that is a public charge. And so that's why they don't get it. And so that just gives us a little bit more guidance as to how we write what we put up on our website as far as our water department requirements go. And finally, just I wish everybody a very, very happy and safe Thanksgiving. That's all.
Thank you. We know your passion. Very good. Trustee Porter.
Thank you, Mayor. I did attend the NLC meeting with the mayor, and I attended 2 roundtables. Unfortunately, I picked up the wrong tablet with a plethora of notes that I took, so I'll give a full report on that at the next meeting. I have picked up the wrong notepad from my desk at home. But it was a very informative meeting. There were leaders there, elected leaders there from all over the country. And the roundtables that I attended were on immigration and the challenges that communities are facing with immigration, some of the creative solutions that other communities across the country have come up with to minimize the impact of immigration, and also to provide proper resources and assistance to those seeking status here in the United States and for those coming to our country looking for a better life for themselves and for their children. So they were both very impactful, and I walked away with a much clearer understanding of what we can do as a local community to assist those that are seeking that lifestyle. And I used our very esteemed POC program as an example of how a community can be responsive to the needs of those seeking status and seeking immigration services. So thank you, Lisa, for your name is now known, if it wasn't already, all across the country. There are people asking me about our POC program and the work that you do.
Is that why my phone calls are just?
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I didn't give out your number, though. I didn't go there.
Next time you take your cards.
Yeah. So it was a very good meeting, and like I said, I do want to give you some of the details, and please accept my apology for not having the right notebook in front of me. I also want to mention that Sister Cities is well into planning our Black History Month event, which will be on February 15th. It's going to be a breakfast this year, and it's going to be held at the My Celebration Party Room at 1190 Lake Street. So we'll be having breakfast, and we're looking at having mimosas and breakfast, and there'll be speakers and entertainment. So we're looking for a very festive and memorable event, and that is February 15th, and the event will start at 10 a.m. I think it's 10 a.m., right, John?
Yes.
Yeah, 10 a.m. Until 12 or 1 o'clock, or until all the mimosas are gone, whichever comes first.
Until I find you under the table.
Yeah. So that's what we'll be doing. And that concludes my report. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Have a blessed and safe holiday.
Thank you. All right. Trustee Kunkel.
Yes, the Veterans Day event that we had in the village, I'd like to thank her for singing, the Refreshments from the Lions Club, and the trustees that were able to make it there. We had a great speaker. I also, Schaumburg Airport Board, we met last Wednesday. And they're gearing up for the winter as far as getting everything ready, just like we are in our village. So getting their snow plows, everything ready for the airport to make sure everything's clear on the runways and between the hangars and everything. They also got a second aircraft maintenance school that does aircraft maintenance and avionic repairs. There's also Harper College is going to be there, providing a partnership with the airport there and providing light training and maintenance. And they also had an event called Hops and Props. They only had 500 tickets, but they ended up selling 300 more. They had 800 people coming out for that. It was airplanes. They were giving airplane rides to people and everything, and there was drinks. But they weren't flying and drinking. Let's see. There's also coming up next year. You're gonna see a lot of Boomers drone shows. They have them. We're not sure what days they're gonna have. They're gonna have them next year. It's about 150 drones that are flying through the air. So if you're out at night and you see a bunch of drones flying around, please don't freak out. They're there putting on a show for the Boomer Stadium. Let's see, Basket Brigade. They're going to be this Sunday. They still need people to help deliver for the Basket Brigade. It's on Sunday. It's at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it goes all the way till about 2. They'll be handing them out there. I think Lisa, the mayor, myself, we're all going to be there. I met in Jawa last night on behalf of the mayor. A lot of information. They're looking for a secondary line to come in off of Lake Michigan through Glencoe, and they're trying to do an IGA to try to navigate through the different towns that are between there to give us a second pipe, an additional resource of water. Otherwise, happy Thanksgiving and enjoy yourself.
If I may, Trustee Kunkel, I'd like us to get a recording of the speaker we had that evening. I thought he was superb.
I think,
Vic,
I think they did record it.
okay.
I think they did record it.
Jed, are you aware? Do- Yeah,
No, Veterans Day event.
It was recorded, it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
oh, it's on
It's on
YouTube?
YouTube.
Yeah, he was, exceeded my expectations. I thought he was
Yeah, he
an
was good.
outstanding speaker. And he said, the part that resonated with me, he said, he always gets asked, are you a Democrat or Republican? And he answers, I'm an American. Yeah, I thought, okay, all right. Oh, there was a couple comments he made that were quite reflective. So anyway, it was a wonderful event. Trustee Bentcola?
Thank you, Mayor. So I'd like to echo Trustee Gutierrez in congratulating our police department on the CALIA accreditation. It is a huge achievement. And also echo Trustee Gutierrez as well as Trustee Porter in reaffirming that our village's commitment to inclusion. I'm really glad that Trustee Gutierrez brought up the welcoming ordinance because it's an ordinance that's near and dear to my heart. You know, many of you know that my mother helped write a significant portion of it, and so it really does affirm our values and that we will welcome you. We welcome all walks of life here in our village. And then also wanted to remind our residents that, again, I'm going to talk about POC. So POC, Partners for Our Communities, also has the state recognition of being an Illinois welcoming center. So I do just want to remind our residents that we do have a state ordained welcoming center here in the village of Hanover Park. I guess I would say in the spirit of understanding and tolerance and just maybe some of the conversations that have been happening in faith communities, I've really been trying hard to gain a deeper understanding of faiths that that I'm not currently a part of, and so last week I was able to attend, along with other leaders in the community, attend a visit to Congregation Beth Shalom, and then also was able to actually in the very same day attend a visit to a mosque, the Dawoodi Bahuras, who are in Willowbrook, and the Dawoodi Bahuras are they're Muslim, but they are a sect of the Shia Muslims. About 90% of the world's Muslims fall into Sunni, and so the Shias are a small, make up the other 10%. And so they had an event about tolerance and understanding and learning about your neighbors. And I think it's really just needed in the current climate. And last but not least, so thank you again, Trustee Gutierrez. I guess I'm just thanking you all night tonight, but
Make her smile.
for the future MLK Day build-up, I know that a lot of the efforts have focused, the beautification efforts have focused in Tanglewood as it relates to homes and fences, but Tanglewood also backs up to the west branch of the DuPage River. And as many of you know, well, maybe not many of you know, but for 2 years now, actually over 2 years now, the Environmental Committee has not been able to take part in their annual cleanup because the brush has been so overgrown that we can't actually get in there to clean and take part in this environmental cleanup. And so, as I understand it, this issue still hasn't been addressed as it relates to that brush. And so I'm hoping that I will have support from the board in looking into the village, how do I say this? The village overseeing the cleanup process that would allow for the portion of the west branch of the DuPage River behind timeout for it to be cleaned up and beautified as it relates to the MLK event. I don't know, I hope that makes sense.
So can I just, it's just the brush.
So it's the river, so this is Tanglewood and this is the river.
Yeah.
And it's overgrown, so much so that it's now a safety hazard. And this was brought to our attention, I believe in 2022.
Wow.
And we previously believed that that this portion of the river fell under the jurisdiction of the DuPage County Forest Preserve, but actually it's within the village under the purview of, I believe, maybe a nearby business. But our community is now suffering, right? And our environment is now suffering because it hasn't been cleaned up. And so I would like to explore what the cost would be for cleaning up that brush. I think it just ties in really well with just the beautification efforts as it relates to that specific area within our village. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes.
TJ, do you have any thoughts on this? I know we've done, I can remember we put a boat in there and we collected tires and all kinds of junk
Yeah.
along that path. I don't know who sponsored or how we did that. Do you recall anything?
Yes, sir. That was an initiative of the Environmental Committee at the time.
Okay.
We would put the boat in, go down the center of the river with Public Works staff, and then the members of the Environmental Committee would work the bank on private property, just doing a brush cleanup. And I know if you will, the ownership of the river, I mean, from a technical perspective, changes hands at multiple points, and there are different organizations that own different portions of it. So,
Okay, so we gotta get a plan.
yes, sir.
The plan's nice, but the planning is the fun part, right? Thank you for your comments,
Yeah.
trustee.
So I guess just to clarify, it's like a plan, like moving forward with the plan, but also, and I guess I would direct this to Juliana, looking at what that, cost-wise, what would that look like, that cleanup, what would that look like? Does that make sense? Okay. Thank you.
Good comments, I like them. It's been a while. We've done it in the past and slipped sliding away for whatever reason. Trustee Priggy?
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and I'll see you at the next meeting if my son doesn't get me sick again. He had this first.
Okay.
Other than that, that's it.
Thank you, Trustee Priggy.
Trustee Priggy, we'll be moving to executive session if there's a way. Do you want to hang around for that? I think you'd have to dial off and dial back in. The technical. For,
Exec session for Trustee Priggy. Would he? We'll dial in. Trustee Priggy, we'll call you back in a little bit. Just give us 1 second, we're gonna adjourn.
thank you, Trustee
Okay.
Priggy. Okay, item 12, executive session, section 2C6, setting a price of sale of property owned by the village, or the village of Hanover Park. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion, a second.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Trustee Priggy?
Yes.
Trustee Albeck?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez? Yes. Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
And All in favor? It passed. And before I call for adjournment, I'd like adjournment. Pardon me? Didn't we just pass exec session?
We passed exec session, but I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Before we adjourn the meeting, I'd like to thank the police department for their quality work in the CALEA, achieving CALEA. This has got to be the fourth or fifth? Eighth? Man, and it's every 3 years?
Every 4 now.
Every 4 now. And no exceptions, I understand?
No exceptions.
We're a model for other departments, right?
Meritorious.
Yes, thank you, and thank you to the men and women of the police department. Thank you very much. With that, call for adjournment.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 We will not be returning. Unless Remy says so.